Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lisa, and today we are going to film my February, I nearly forgot what month it was in, February TBR.
Oh, hello, Papa.
Trying to get it right.
I am super excited about this because this is going to be my first, my introduction to my Bookopoly / TBR pursuit game. I forgot to bring my boards with me, so bear with me 2 minutes while I go and get them. These are my two boards. I'm going to show you one by one. So these are the wrong places. They should have been there and there. When I put them on, I wasn't paying attention. But this, I'm quite proud of this, so I wasn't about to just redo the whole thing. So this is my Bookopoly board, which, if you've ever watched Becca from Becca's Bookopoly, if you've ever watched Becca from Becca and the Books, you'll be well aware of what this is. Difference being, I chose the layout of the board to use Steph from Steph Loves. I've used her prompts, like her stops along the way. So I will be cutting to, in a second I'll be cutting to like a rundown of what's on this board. But it is a small one because I live in a small flat and I can't just have a huge board game lying around. So I did it on a smaller scale, and that's the Bookopoly one. And then I also did a mini TBR pursuit. This was created by Jade from Jade Reads, and she so kindly helped me with the prompts for this, so thank you so much to Jade. And for Becca, I checked with both of them, and Steph. I checked to see if I could actually use their games. So this is not an original idea, just saying I asked their permission as well, and I said I would credit them. So they will all be linked down below. But mine's slightly different, so I've got grey roll again, which is the same. Orange is horror / thriller. Pink is YA fantasy. Purple is adult fantasy. Green is middle grade. Blue is blank other, and yellow is sci-fi. But orange is different to Jade's, everything else is the same. So there's that, and I'm going to cut away now to show you the Bookopoly board. Okay, so obviously I will, hopefully, when my skills improve, be able to make this better. But, as I said in the intro bit, a lot of this is fully 100% inspired by Becca from Becca and the Books. But the stops along the way I have taken from, I think mostly, if not all of it, I've taken from Steph Loves. So if it looks familiar, that's why. I will link Steph's video below. But yeah, this is it. So we start off with Go, which is Go Randomize Your Goodreads TBR. And then brown is horror and thriller. And then you've got your community shelf. And then you've got your most recent purchase and own voices. There's those ones. And then it moves on to blue, which is sci-fi and dystopian. I've just joined a book club, Burned Book Club, which is basically like a dystopian book loving book club, so I'm hopefully going to get to read more of this anyway, but this gives me a chance to do so. And I think I only have a few sci-fi books, so I'm wanting this to be more, so I kind of thought I might as well keep it in the same place as Steph has. Yeah, and then there's my chance card, and there's a poll pick. I'm not that, don't know how to say this, I don't get that many responses when I post on social media, so this is down as poll pick, but it might change. I might just change this to like a booktuber picks a book for me or booktuber recommends, I might have to change that one, because the engagement isn't that high on my socials as yet, because obviously I'm not that popular. But yeah. And then as you come down the side, we've got contemporary, historical fiction and magical realism. And then you've got a book that's less than 300 pages. And then on each side, as you've probably already seen from the previous side, we've got a different type of rep on the station. So we've got a person of colour rep on this side, and then this is probably going to be my favourite one, the one that I want to land on the most, which obviously isn't going to be the case, but I've got adult fantasy and another community shelf there. As you can probably see, my designs are nowhere near as good as Steph's or Becca's, so I do apologise about that. And then we've got the gifted one. This, the majority of the time at the moment, obviously because I've been gifted a few books by friends and things, but a lot of these are going to be like publisher books that have been gifted to me over previous years. That'll be that one. And that can be any genre. We've got romance, so this can be fantasy romance, contemporary romance, anything really, as long as it has romance in it and the chance. And then we've got LGBTQ plus rep. I'm loving that I am finding more people on socials and on YouTube that totally hype up LGBTQ plus rep. And I'm loving seeing authors write about it in their books. And then this is middle grade. I don't have many middle grades, but I do want to read more middle grade. Now that Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin has opened my mind to middle grades again, I really do want to pick up some more. I've got some middle grades pre-ordered for this year, so fingers crossed I'll land on this. And then we've got a book that's larger than 500 pages. And then 5-star predictions. I've not done a 5-star predictions video. I probably will do one at some point, either the end of January or the beginning of February. If I don't do a video of it, I'll probably just pick the one that I think I'm going to like the most. So then we've got YA fantasy on the next one, and they are supposed to be wings, but they are really shit. And they're supposed to be crowns. And then we've got disability rep. So I asked on Twitter for, I just realised that is spelt wrong. Never mind, I will change that. I have just asked on Twitter for books that have disability rep, LGBTQ plus rep, and unvoiced. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to get some more of those books. And then that's supposed to say chance, let's just ignore that for now. And then I've just got Kindle Unlimited, and I've also ordered a few graphic novels, so that is going to be, yeah, so I'm hoping to be able to get some more graphic novels, and then we're back to go. So as you can see, my board is the same as Steph's, and yeah, we're just going to get into my TBR for this month. So I'm going to start off with my Polarthon TBR, and then we're going to go into the books that were selected for my Bookopoly rolls. So for my Polarthon, I am Team Walrus, and I did a little spread in my journal. This is huge. I did not mean to order a journal this big. I just didn't check the size when I ordered it, so that's the me thing, but it fits these prompts on perfectly. So I'm going to go through my Polarthon TBR. Okay, so the first Polarthon prompt that I chose was Cold Waters, and this is a really shiny cover. This is called Given to the Sea. This was in one of the very, very early first fairy loots. So I don't really know much about this. I just know that it is about, it just fulfills the prompt, and I had it already. I didn't have to purchase. Also, I haven't explained what Polarthon is, but I will leave Jade's announcement video below and it will tell you all about it because I would just butcher it. The next one, this is basically just a book that you can't wait to dive into. So this is The Twisted Tree and this is the month book for Myth Take, and that's a Polarthon. No, it's not. That's a readathon? No, it's not. Oh my god, I can't get my words out today. It's a book club that's on Twitter. I will leave Myth Take Reads down below, and it's run by Ashley and I can't remember the name of the other girl. This is really rude. I'm gonna. Okay, so the next book is The Twisted Tree, and this is a book that I'm excited to dive into. This is the book for Myth Take, kind of like a book club that's run on Twitter by a girl called Charlotte and Ashley from a Follow It Through Fiction. So again, I don't know much about this one. This is going to be a trend. I generally like to go into things blind or more or less blind, but I will just quickly read the synopsis on the back of this one for you. So this is Martha can tell things about a person just by touching their clothes, as if their emotions and memories have been absorbed into the material. It began the day she fell from the tree and became blind in one eye. Determined to understand her strange ability, Martha sets off to visit her grandmother, Mama, only to discover Mama is dead and a peculiar boy is in her cabin. Then the spinning wheel starts creaking, terror creeps in and Martha is facing an impossible decision. When the fog rises, run from home, my child, dead men rise with the mist. So this is something that I can't wait to dive into. I don't think I've ever really read like a book like this before. I've obviously read like fantasy and like some kind of mysteries, but something that has like a mythical sort of feel to it. I've not read anything like that before, I don't think, so I'm excited to dive into this. So that's my second prompt. Okay, so the next prompt for Walrus is a dark cover, and that could mean any colour. It doesn't have to be blue, but I chose a dark blue cover because I felt it was more Arctic, Polarthon-y kind of vibes. And this is His Dark Materials, the first book, Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. I'm slightly nervous to get into this because Jade doesn't like it all that much, and a lot of the books that Jade likes, I like. So, but I have also heard really good things about it, so I don't know, we'll see. I think Jade gave this 2 stars, but I'm gonna try and go into it with an open mind and just take it as it comes. The next one for the Walrus team is Frostfire by Jamie Smith. I will link, if I remember, because I always forget this, I will link up above, I will link up there, the book haul that I did when I got this, and I read the back. It was difficult to read the back, but I did it. And this is to choose a book in an Arctic setting. Obviously, it's hills, it's Frostfire, it's Arctic, it's, yeah, and it's one of the smaller books, so that's that one. Finally, for each team, there is a polar fantasy book. So there's 5 prompts, and the last one is a polar fantasy book that we all need to read. So for me, I'm choosing this. This is a Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell. So again, I don't know much about this. I just know it's polar fantasy, and I picked it up on the basis that it was recommended because Jade loves it. So these are my 5 books, and I'm excited. Okay, so I do have the week off work, and I'm hoping that I will be able to get through those books in the week. So that's the goal, and as long as I get that done, that'll be my team done. Once you've done your own team's prompts, you can do another team's prompts. So the second team, this is a big ask because I'm not really sure if I can actually do this, but the second team that I've decided to pick up books for is Penguin, Team Penguin, and just in case, I'm sure I forgot to tell you, Team Walrus is Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, Team Penguin is Molly from Mind of Molly. Okay, so I'm going to do prompt 1 and 2 together. So prompt 1 is an animal friend and book prompt 2 is an Arctic adventure, and for these two I chose the Frost Heart 1 and 2. The Frost Heart, they have the animal friend is a yeti called Tobu, and the Arctic adventure is it's called Frost Heart, and they're in the Arctic and they go on an adventure. I am setting myself a task and a half, but I'm so excited to get into these. From the 3 we have a foiled cover, which is this. As you can see, it's foiled, it's beautiful, it's very pretty, and this is The Forest of Moon and Sword by Amy Raphael. This is also a newly released book that was published, that I pre-ordered, that was released in January, so I'm excited for this. Again, I'll link you a book haul up above there, and I explained what this was about. Book 4 is A Wolf for a Spell, and this is also the middle grade monthly pick. I missed out on this month's middle grade monthly pick because I want to try and get through as much of my TBR as possible, and to be fair, I forgot to try and include it in my TBR. So this fulfills the prompt of folklore. I've double checked with Jade and it does, so I'm excited for this one. For the Polar Fantasy is A Winter's Promise, and I really want to get to this one because I've heard so many great things about this. This is by Chris Eldebos and it is translated from French. I have never read a translated book before. In my life at 33 years old, I have never read a translated book before. So this is exciting for me. I just cannot wait. Arctic adventure, there's magic, there's tension, there's political intrigue, but I'm really excited to get into this. And yeah, so there's that. For the 10 books I'm going to try and get through in a week of Polarthon. So it runs for the full week and I'm off work for the full week. By the Monday morning where I've got to go and do payroll for my work, which is only going to be a couple of hours, for the rest of the week it is going to be hardcore Polarthoning, and I'm going to vlog it. What I also need to do this month is read this big floppy bad boy, and this is Battle Royale by Kushan Takami, and this is a beast of a book, and I've never read a book this big before, and this is for the new book club that's run by Spoops from Spoopy Hall and Maddie from Book Browsing Blog. They've created a book club on Twitter again, and they do have a Discord for it. I will leave it all linked down below, and it's called the Burn Book Club, and this is the first January/February book. I haven't got around to it in January obviously, so I will be trying to get around to it in February, but obviously this will be from after the first week in Feb, so I've got 3 weeks to get through this, as well as my book couple of TBR. In the grand scheme of things, have I set myself an impossible mountain to climb? Possibly. However, I'm excited. This is essentially the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games even existed. This is the original Japanese Hunger Games. So, I'm scared to read it because it's going to be pretty gruesome. I think this is also translated. So this will be my second translated book of the week, of the month, of my life, if I read Winter's Promise as well. So there we go. Finally, we are going to get on to my Bookopoly rolls. So head over to roll number 1 and see what I got. So I went on Amazon and I got some of these. So again, I've stolen this idea from Steph. So thanks, Steph. I'm going to be using one of these die to do my rolls, and then it's going to be determined by this one. First off, I'm going to find out how many rolls I need to do. That went really wrong, but we're just going to take you over here, and then you can see it landed on 4. even though he's bigger than the actual squares, I'm going to be using this guy until I can make my own little person. Because as you could probably tell, and I probably mentioned this in the intro, that this is a smaller board than Becca's and Steph's. Reason being is this is all I had to use to make the boards, but also storage wise it's just better to keep it, for me, better to keep it smaller. So yeah, we're going to put him on go. Do our first roll, which I'm going to try and not do as aggressively, which is a 3, and that's a 1, 2, 3. So he's landed on horror slash thriller. So as you saw, roll 1 was horror slash thriller, and this is good for me because I haven't picked up a horror or thriller in a very long time. So I decided to pick up Dear Amy by Helen Callahan, and this was kindly gifted to me by a publisher, Penguin, and it was gifted to me like 3 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I am so sorry. This was gifted to me 2016. This came out, and it was gifted to me when it came out. And to any publisher that gifted me books when I used to do book vlogging and I haven't read them, I do apologise. I hit a hard mental health dark period for like 3 or 4 years, and I just totally stopped everything. So again, I apologise, but I'm getting around to it now. So this, I'm going to read the back of it because I think I need to. So it says, a local schoolgirl has been missing for weeks when Margot Lewis, agony aunt of the Dear Amy advice column, receives a letter. Dear Amy, I've been kidnapped by a strange man. I don't know where I am. Please help me. Bethan Avery. This must be a hoax, because Bethan Avery is another young girl who went missing 20 years ago. As more letters arrive, Margot becomes consumed by finding the sender, unlike the police, convinced that the girl's disappearances. Solving this puzzle could save someone's life, but could it also cost Margot her own? This is exciting, and it's only a little one. And let's go to roll number 2. Next roll up, we have a 4. So let's go around this way. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Chance card. So let's see what we've got. Master of 1. Oh my god. So roll number 2, as you can see, was my chance card, and it was Master of 1. So I'm excited. I think I've explained this in my December book haul. If I have, I'll link it above. But this is obviously another chonker. So I've got Battle Royale and this, which are chonkers, and I'm looking forward to this. However, I have heard some not so great reviews about this. We're going to jump into this and see what the crack is. So I'm excited for that one. Can you tell I'm excited for everything? So let's go to roll number 3. Roll number 3. We've got 6. So here we've got historical fiction. So I need to go through my shelves and my ebooks to find out if I have a historical fiction book. So roll number 3 was a historical fiction, and this I did not think about before I put this on my board. So my intention is to get into more historical fiction, because I don't know if I've actually read any of historical fiction before, but there's so many things that, on so many books I've seen, that people are like, this is historical fiction, this is great, and it sounds like something I might enjoy. So I put it on my board thinking, great stuff, that'll means that I can read historical fiction. And then I realised I didn't think I had any. However, I found one. This is called An Almond for a Parrot by Readathons, And this cover is just stunning. This was gifted to me by HarperCollins Books 4 years ago. Again, I'm really sorry. So this grabbed my attention when I first read about it, when I was offered these books, and you'll see why when I read the book. It's a truly true good orphan whore murderer ? Newgate Prison, 1756. Truly awaits trial, her life hanging in the balance. With the best seats already sold in anticipation of her execution, Tully's one chance of survival is to reveal her life story. It's a tale that takes her from backstreet skivvy to celebrated courtesan, and now she must tell it to save her life. Do you need to know any more than that? Really? I don't know why I haven't picked this book up before. It was collecting dust along with all my other books. I'm sorry, HarperCollins. Not that you're even going to watch this, but I'm excited to get into this now because I found a love of reading again, and this is just a vibe. It's a vibe, and I'm here for it. I've also gone onto Twitter and I've asked for recommendations for historical fictions. So I'll leave all my socials linked down below so you can follow me on there. But if you would like to link down below any historical fiction that you recommend, or any horror / thriller that you recommend. But we're just gonna now go on to roll number 4. And finally, roll number 4 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one, so here we are, it landed on adult fantasy. Okay, so as you can see, adult fantasy, and lucky for me, I've recently purchased some adult fantasy. Again, refer to the book haul for January, and I decided that I was going to pick up Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. I've been wanting to get into Brandon Sanderson since I started watching BookTube again, and I've been recommended to start here because this is a standalone, just to introduce you to his type of writing and adult high fantasy. Then I've been recommended to start here, so this is what I'm gonna do. I go where I'm recommended, you know. So again, I don't know much about this, but it's 600 pages, so that should be fun. So this video is gonna be long. I'm gonna try and cut it down as much as possible because there's a lot in it. So if we're not including Polarthon books, my February TBR is this. Is this doable in a 3-week period? Is it? I don't know. We're going to try. We are going to try. But what I am going to do is, if I don't finish a book from my Booktubers TBR, I'm going to roll them over to next month and add them to whatever TBR I have for next month. That is what it's going to be. And next month I will be doing my TBR pursuit game. So each month, I haven't explained this because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to YouTube. But each month I'm going to mix it up between a Booktubers and a TBR pursuit. So one month I'm going to do Booktubers, one month I'm going to do a TBR pursuit. And then that way it keeps it interesting for me and hopefully for you. So I have 15 books that I need to read in the space of a month. Bearing in mind though, 10 of those books are going to be in a week. I might, because this one is a January / February one, I'm going to pick up Assassin's Blade. Oh shit. I've also got, no, I'm going to have 16 books because I've also got Throne of Glass, which is on my shelves in my hallway. I forgot about Throne of Glass because I'm reading Assassin's Blade for Togolong, which Sunday is their live show for that, so I'm going to read Assassin's Blade for that. And then next month is Throne of Glass, and they're going to go through the Throne of Glass series. Again, I'll link them, the video, the announcement videos, and the Twitter down below if Editing Lisa remembers to do so, because Editing Lisa tends to skip when I talk for long periods of time because I hate the sound of my own voice. So that is it from me. If you do like my videos, if you do like seeing a chaotic northerner fumble on her words and chat a lot of rubbish about books and stuffs, then please like, subscribe, comment down below a snowflake emoji or a polar bear emoji for Polarthon. And I will leave all my socials linked down below, with my Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, and my Amazon wishlist if you are interested. And until next time, be kind, be happy, and stay true to you, and I will see you all very soon. Peace out.